Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Our students in grade 11, you are most welcome to our new lesson. Our lesson today will be a Unit 3 review. It's not in your book, it's only here in this video. We have two objectives for this lesson. Number one, to use comparative and superlative forms correctly. Number two, to use polite request correctly. This table shows you how to use the comparative adjective and the superlative adjective. As I told you in the last video, we use the comparative adjective to compare between two things, two persons, two cars, two schools, two cities, any two things. And the superlative is used to compare one thing to a group of things. For example, as I told you last time, you compare Mansour to the whole class. Here we have more than 3 persons. So we use the superlative. Now, let's please look here at the second row of the table, short words. Short word, for example, the word tall. Look at the word tall. It's a short word. It's only 4 letters. It's one syllable, tall. In this case, we add ER at the end of the word. So tall becomes taller than. But look at the superlative. The word tall, we have to put the before tall and EST at the end of the word. So tall becomes the tallest. I say Mansour is the tallest in his class. Now look at the third row of the table, long word. If the word is long, for example, the word interesting. The word interesting is long and it's more than 2 syllables. It's interesting. It's a long word and it's more than 1 syllable or 2 syllables. In this case, we have to put more before the adjective and then at the end. So, interesting, if we want to compare two things, I say this film is more interesting than the one that we watched last week, for example. So here we compare two films or two movies, we say more interesting than. Now, if we want to compare one thing to a group of things, I mean to use the superlative form, we use the most. So interesting becomes the most interesting. Now, in this exercise, I want you to write the comparative form of the adjectives in brackets in the spaces. Write either 1 or 2 words in each space. Please, I give you 5 minutes to answer this exercise. Before you start, let me tell you something. Look at number 1. You have, after the space here, we have between brackets, you have high. Number 2, you have powerful. 3, long. 4, big. 5, fast. 6, expensive. As I told you before, you have to ask yourself 2 questions. The first question, is the sentence comparing 2 things to each other or a group of things, one thing to a group of things? This is the first question. The second question, is the word a short word or a long word? Now please start answering the exercise. Thank you for trying. I hope you got the correct answers. Now I am showing you the answers. At 1.83 meters, the Toyota Land Cruiser is higher than the Jeep Cherokee. It also has a more powerful engine and a longer wheelbase than the Jeep. The Toyota's fuel tank is bigger and it has a faster maximum speed than the Jeep. But the Toyota is more expensive than the Jeep and consumes more fuel. In number 1, 3, 4, and 5, these are short adjectives. That's why we add er at the end of the adjective. Higher, longer, bigger, faster. 2 and 5 are long words. That's why we add we add more before the adjective. More powerful, more expensive. In this exercise, I want you to choose the correct answer for each sentence. You have 8 sentences, and each sentence has 4 choices, A, B, C, or D. Please take 5 minutes trying to choose the correct answer. Thanks for trying. I hope you got the correct answer or answers. Now, number 1, Mount Everest is mountain in the world. This sentence compares one mountain, which is Mount Everest, to the whole mountains in the world. So we compare one thing to a group of things. So we need a comparative or superlative. Exactly. Here we need a superlative because we have a group of things. So we say the highest. Number 2, the bridge is just under 1 kilometer. Now, this sentence, does it have a comparative or a comparison, or it talks only about one thing? Yes, this sentence talks about one bridge. It doesn't compare this bridge to another bridge. So here we use the base word, the adjective as it is, without adding anything. So it's 1 kilometer long. Number 3, the blue sports car has a larger fuel tank gap the red car. Yes, here we have 2 cars. We have blue car and we have red car. Also, we have a larger. So I say a larger fuel tank than. Exactly. Number 4, my diploma course is than the certificate course. Now this sentence compares 2 things to each other. So what's the correct answer? Exactly. It's more difficult, because difficult is a long word and we compare one thing to another. We can't say difficulter and we can't say most difficult. So we say more difficult than. Number 5, would you like the red phone or the blue phone? I'd like the, please. Here, this sentence, you think there's a comparative or a comparison? Yes, here, I'd like the, please. So you choose one. You either choose the red one or the blue one. Which one you would like? Exactly. For example, the blue one. You can't say one than that blue. You can't say one is blue. You can't say one blue. So I'd like the blue one. If you put blue one in the gap, in the space here, the sentence makes sense. I'd like the blue one. Now look at number 6. The old bridge is not strong enough, that heavy lorry. Now, we studied this before. I say, for example, this classroom is big enough for 30 students. So this sentence, the old bridge is not strong enough for the lorry. Yes, this expression takes for, not of. Number 7, the boat is too wide, the narrow canal. The boat is bigger than the canal, right? So we say the boat is too wide for the narrow canal. Too wide for. And number 6, not enough for. We have 2 expressions. Not enough for or enough for. and we have 2 wide 4. Number 8, I need a quiet generator. I'll buy noisy generator in the shop. The shop has maybe 20, maybe 25, so it has a lot of generators. So you choose the least noisy generator. We can't say the worst because we want a quiet one. We can't say the best noisy or the furthest. It's the least noisy. The least noisy. الأقل إزعاجا. In this exercise, I want you to choose the word that is used to politely request something from somebody, which is what we call polite request. Polite request. Now you have 6 sentences. Please take 4 minutes to answer this exercise. Thank you for trying. Now let's go through the sentences one by one. Sorry, I didn't hear your name. You repeat it, please. Now for polite request, we say, could you? Exactly. Number 2, excuse me. I have your password, please. What do we say? Yes, we say, could I? Number 3, I like to place an order for a new car. Yes, I would like. I would like, or we can say I'd like. Number 4, do you think you send me a catalog, please? The same thing, yes. Do you think you could send me a catalog? Number 5, would you mind? After the word mind, we always use the gerund or the verb with ing. After mind, there should be an ing with the verb. So I say, would you mind spelling your name for me, please? And the last one, with I send the goods to your home address. This is a question or a polite request. With I, we use shall. Shall I send the goods for your home address? That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to go to Teams application and answer the assignment within 24 hours. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.